Today, Republican Congressman Allen West is refusing to apologize for the email he sent Democratic Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz. West called her, quote, vile, unprofessional, and despicable, and wrote that she's not a lady. But West says don't expect him to say sorry anytime soon.
That's not happening. I do have the right to stand up and defend my honor and make sure that this type of activity does cease.
With me now is Democratic Congresswoman Gwen Moore from Wisconsin. She and other Congresswomen are calling for the GOP leadership to condemn West's word. Also, here's Jonathan Capehart, editorial writer for the Washington Post and an MSNBC contributor. Jonathan's writing about Congressman West in the Post today. Congresswoman, let me ask you, you and I have been in some battles together. Why don't you think West will apologize, and why do you think he's insisting he didn't do anything wrong, despite the fact that some of his colleagues in the Congress who are women are saying they are offended by what he said?
Hello, Reverend Sharpton. So great being with you again. I have no idea why this man does not apologize. Had he uttered those words on the floor rather than in an email, the words would have been, quote unquote, taken down. There would have been a long discussion, and his words he would have been reprimanded right there on the floor. You know, it seems to me that had he had any experience being an elected official before he came to this body, he would have realized how important civility and cordiality, even between the two parties, is necessary to get anything done. And I think that he has really started his career out on a very rocky road. We did approach the leadership because he chose to spread his email right across to all of the leadership.
Yeah, no, he kind of distributed it. And I think one of the things, Congresswoman Moore, that I want people to understand is that he was responding to Congresswoman Wasserman Schultz, questioning how he, representing the district he does, would vote against Medicare and Social Security, that from what I understand, she wasn't calling him any names or getting any personal way at all. This was about policy. He's the one that made this about name calling.
You've said it very well, Reverend Sharpton. Our rules don't allow us to bring in personalities. She was simply commenting on the geography and the demography of that region, where there are a lot of older adults, and really questioning why someone wouldn't defend Medicare, which is such a great benefit to the constituents in that area. And so, you know, when Representative West said I had to defend my honor, it certainly is not about his honor. We're facing huge cuts in Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, the programs that literally have kept elders out of poverty. We're having a huge debate regarding tying this vote to a debt ceiling vote, which could literally bring our financial system to a collapse, increase interest rates to a gargantuan amount, and he has really made this personal about him.
No,
and
I think that to act as though he's defending his honor, when I think his honor was not in question, it was his position. He would have done himself a better service if he defended his position, if he can defend it. Jonathan Capehart, the thing that bothered me more than that, though, is today he decided that he would go further and bring in race. Now, the reason that's interesting to me is that guys like me who fight civil rights causes are always accused of the race card. Here, nobody was talking about anybody's race or gender but him. Listen to this.
People who are black conservatives, what we do is we totally invalidate the liberal social welfare policies and programs. And, you know, I'm the threat because I'm the guy that got off of their 21st century plantation.
So, let me get this right. When he brings up race, or Herman Cain brings up race, or even Clarence Thomas talks about high-tech lynching, that's fine. If we deal with cases of legitimate discrimination brought to us in civil rights organizations, it's the race card. Somehow,
and
I think that's
so
ridiculous,
harmful.
Jonathan.
This is so harmful, Reverend Sharpton.
Yeah, well, let me let Jonathan respond. I'll come back to you, Congresswoman.
Yeah, I think he started raising money off of this the moment the controversy started, and I think by now playing the race card, he's trying to further a controversy that he started. Look, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, Congresswoman Wasserman Schultz, was just giving a floor speech, basically giving the Democratic talking points against cut, cap, and balance, against the cut, cap, and balance bill that they voted on earlier this week. Anyone who's paying attention to the debate knows what she's talking about. She didn't call him out by name. She said the gentleman from Florida, and she pointed out the demographics of his district, and she questioned how he could support something like this. And then he goes off the deep end with this email.
She called him what? The gentleman from Florida?
Right.
And that offends his honor?
Right. He has to defend his honor. I don't know. Look, I said in my piece the dude needs a Xanax after reading that email, and he does. I don't know what he gains or what benefit he gets out of this by going toe-to-toe. Maybe it's, going toe-to-toe with the chairman, the chairperson of the Democratic National Committee might play well back in his district.
I'll tell you something. Maybe it's just that he can't defend his position. Sometimes when people raise issues you can't answer, it just makes you want to holler for both your hands. Congresswoman Gwen Moore and MSNBC contributor Jonathan Caput, thank you both.
Thank you, Reverend Sharpton.